Day 7, I left Matlacha with the plan to take the scenic route through the Everglades on the old Tamiami Trail, making a detour through the Big Cypress National Preserve on the Loop Scenic Drive, with the final destination for the day being Florida City. I didn't see anything too spectacular on Loop Road, but my goodness, I've never seen such a heavy density of healthy cypress trees. There were birds and gators at nearly every water crossing, and there must be 50 to 60 on this drive. But they were all the usual suspects, and I realized that my wow factor threshold had been raised up quite a bit on this road trip, just halfway through it. The next morning, the morning of my birthday, I wanted to go deep into the Everglades National Park and take the boat out around some of those tiny keys at the bottom tip of Florida's mainland. So I headed to Flamingo Marina to see what I could see. What an interesting mix of ecosystems for less than a 1-hour drive. There were agricultural lands, woodlands, the Everglade grasslands that looked kind of like a semi-flooded Serengeti, and even dwarf cypress swamps. The Flamingo Visitor Center was really impressive, just about anything anyone could need. There was parking for probably 80 to 100 boat trailers, but man, there was people walking everywhere. I'm not used to worrying a whole lot about running over someone while backing into a launch. Being solo, I just took it nice and easy, going really slow getting the old Mako into the water. The actual launch itself was a little busy too. Had some birds on it, and then there were a few manatees in the area. I'm happy to report that no one or nothing was harmed in the launching of this boat. If you listen close, you can hear some of the wildlife that was in the area. The man-made structures for the osprey to nest were particularly busy. I asked the resident manatees to watch my boat while I parked my truck and told them I'd be right back. Once again, there I was, subtropical waters in the boat, out in nature, fixing to go exploring. Happy birthday to me. Before you open up that motor there, Tommy, safety first, put on that life jacket. Always remember, life jackets and kill switches. Hook them tethers up. Along night. I didn't really plan to go to any particular spots. I just wanted to go wandering around exploring. That's just what I did. Had to pay close attention to the maps on the chart plotter. There were islands on the software that were no longer there, as well as some visible sandbars that were supposed to be 5 foot deep. It's amazing what hurricanes do to these tropical areas. After cruising around for about an hour or so, I was heading back in. Just a little bit disappointed that I didn't have any spectacular photos from this leg of the journey to share with y'all. But right as I pulled back into the marina area, I saw a few birds, said I'll get some nice pics of them. But then next to those birds, hidden real well in the mangrove roots, y'all see it yet? The little crocodile. I'll be. This is my first time seeing a crocodile in the United States, so I kind of went a little snap happy, but here's a few of my favorites. Just before I went back into the marina. How about that? I tied up the boat when I got back to the marina, went to get the truck and trailer, and now there were even more people here. It was nuts. Seemed the etiquette at the boat ramp was that there was no etiquette. There was boats holding it up while The husbands went and picked up the trucks, and the wives couldn't move the boats out the way, so you were just stuck till they got back and loaded theirs. I think I spent about 12 minutes sitting there hydrating, watching people walk by waiting for Mr. So-and-so to get his truck over here and get his boat out the water. Well, looky there. Mr. Considerate finally got his boat out. Watch what I mean about people just walking behind the boat, right next to the truck. Just insane. Them thinking you see them. Unlike all these other people, I took my boat out and went and found a nice shady spot far away from the launch to get it back ready for the road, because I had to head on over to Key Largo. This spot here looks perfect, right there. I'm glad I have the dash cam, because otherwise nobody believed me that a guy passed me on a wheelie on a dirt bike. Don't believe me? Need a slow-mo replay? Nuts, right? When I stopped to get some food, there was another weird little gang of ATVs wearing white rubber boots going to the liquor store. That was pretty much the end of the exciting stuff, as the rest of it was heavy traffic heading down to Key Largo from Florida City. Here's the rolling numbers for the trip, racking up some pretty good ones.